Woohoo! Good, good, good. All right, I thought I'd have a bit of a chat for about 2020. What might it look like? We've got so much coming through. The most important one is, I think, the Window Cleaner app from a community point of view. So we're pretty excited about the idea of being able to get you guys into an environment. Basically, it's going to be available in App Store and available in Google Store. It's a $9.99 a month. Fire away with any questions today. $9.99 a month or $99 a year. Martin Burton, you're always here. Too many times. Ben Bivens is here. Joseph Hardy's here. Oh, I've got to process your order as well. Yeah, it's on my list of things to do. Chris Bowden, good to see you, man. So the app is very exciting. It's going to be a contained environment. And basically, there's 100 local groups. Alan Smith is here. Don Hawks, good to see you guys. So there's 100 local groups. So when you go into the United States, then there'll be a group for each state, yeah, and a little bit of bundling when there's those tiny little groups like Delaware and stuff like that. But so California will be. You've got to be a window cleaner in California to be in the California group, and we're looking for guys who have got a pastoral nature, like a helping nature, to help us moderate those groups. We don't want to have a too seriously contained environment. We're going to filter people on the way in and filter people on the way out, So it's just like purely professional. When you sign in, there's 20 questions in your profile, right? Which will say, hey, John Tornabine, good to see you. So there's going to be 20 questions in your profile. Like, hey, do you promise to tell the truth? It doesn't say promise, but will you tell the truth and behave professionally? So people will agree to that, and then people will be able to go back and look at what they agreed to. But more importantly, I think is also there's a skill set. Like, do you have experience in gutter cleaning? Do you have experience in pressure washing? Do you have experience in soft washing? Do you have experience in Christmas lights? So anybody who's listening to anybody in the worldwide channel, right? Because it's a worldwide, it's a worldwide association of window cleaners. That's what we're setting up, and we're actually having a little loose definition called the Worldwide Association of Window Cleaners, which I'll go into later. And so basically, if you get really what looks like really great advice from somebody somewhere else in the world and you don't know them, you'll be able to look up their profile and you'll see what their experience is, how many vehicles they've got, how many people in their company, because they could be a team leader, but how many people under their leadership. Yes, well, it'll be very well controlled, strict, right? Because we don't want anybody having a replication of their Facebook experiences where negativity goes too far, So what we want is Jamie Schmidt is here. Good to see you, buddy. So we want constructive, like criticism and like if somebody puts a video up of how they work and somebody can say, hey dude, like you're spending 4 times longer than you need to, or somebody, is a newbie and they have some innocence about them, or some naivety about them, then we want to make sure that those guys get the chance to grow from the experience of the professionals. Yeah, everybody has to be a good boy. Even me, like I've learned how to be a good boy. It's not easy. I was once a window cleaner, so I was and we're down underians, like we're larrikins. Like if you look up that word, you'll understand our character. But yeah, it's going to be an amazing environment. So there's 100 local groups. If you're from the UK, then Midlands, Southwest, Southeast, up north, Scotland's East and West Scotland, and a couple of other bits. Korea is in there, Japan is in there. So Europe. We've even got a section because so many of the workers in the States also speak Spanish. So there's an area. Oh, I tell you what, the Aussies, the character of the Aussies, Joe, is very much like what the character of the Americans was 8 years ago. It's a very, very I suppose that there's a little bit of everybody everywhere, but you watched some movement in attitude with people over the last 6 or 7 years on Facebook. That's for sure. So so for the Spanish speakers. I can't even say it, but there's an area there for people to speak in Spanish, and there's an area for people to speak in French because the French Canadians can talk to the other French the countries that were colonized by the French so we can put Portuguese in there, we can put German in there. So we have got German in there now. Remy Bellinger, he just recommended me today, like we're going to have an extreme window cleaning over 5 stories, and we've already got high rise in there. We're looking for George Aguilar to help us in that from high rise. Empire High Rise USA, he's a good lad. He's on the board of directors for the IWCA. Mario is here. Yeah, so Mario from San Fran. Oh no, you're from LA, aren't you? LAX. So Mario will be in there in the Spanish-speaking group behaving himself. So I think, sometimes the nuances of window cleaning, like I always think it's funny, like we can make a lot of money just scrubbing glass, but actually what you need to know to be a professional window cleaner is like crazy, right? You got to be able to see whether the tin side is on the outside. You got to be able to see what's on the glass. Will it come off? Is it water soluble? What brush is going to be it? Because it's not whether you can clean glass or not. I think most of you might have heard me say this before. For 100 years, people have cleaned glass, right? People have been paid to clean glass. So like they did it with newspaper, and Carlos is here. Good to see you, buddy. So people have been cleaning glass for 100 years, right? So the question is, what changed? It wasn't changed that we clean glass, right? So we understand that. What should change is how fast we can clean glass. That's why I want to talk about 2020, right? Because for you guys, like Joe Hardy, I spec'd a sample of my my high-rise 5-gallon bucket yesterday. So I've got my guys building that, like a prototype of what I think. And what I'm really interested in, any of you guys who are in high-rise, jump off buildings on ropes, how you lay out your bucket, right? I've got a chance. We can put mega clips on the side of the buckets. Yes, you can behave as whichever way you want personally, but in the window cleaner app, you cannot. Because I want to see how you lay out your tools, because we can put mega clips inside and outside the buckets. And then what I'm looking at is how you wet the mop. That's the one which I'm going to focus on most. I'm going to try and make an ergonomic bucket, because again, I don't know, 50 years, 60 years, guys have been carrying, 5-gallon, 20-liter buckets, on the side of a chair. And I just look at it and say, well, if nobody's ever addressed that, and it's the same thing that's been for 20 years or 30 years or 40 years or 50 years, right, then there's got to be a better way, right? There's got to be a faster way to do that. We're also, I've got patent pending on some new squeegee rubber, which I'm pretty excited about. So we're having a go at that. We've got new squeegee channels that we're working with some guys on, which are going to be, faster, better, safer. We've got new brushes coming out. Basically, if you've got ideas or you want to influence, future design of products, then obviously we take the risk, we take the hit, we take the blame, we take the the slack, get beaten up. But at the end of the day, as a result of all the perturbation, I don't know if you know that word, but perturbation is the word which, if you imagine there was a tree, the tree fell in a swamp, the swamp went down, it turned into peat, it turns into coal, and then with a seismic event or something like that, there's so much pressure, right? And under that massive pressure, the carbon that was like coal turns into diamonds, yeah? Just bam, right? A structural change. So I kind of have had a few of those in my life, right? Where you just get such a big event, that you just change structure, right? You're no longer coal, you're now diamond, So I really like that. So we're kind of going for that one more time. We're looking at solar brushes. We're looking at roof cleaning brushes for those of you who use gutter butter and stuff like that. Probably when we get a partner, John, because I don't know anything about pressure washing, but we can source, that's for sure. And I don't think we're looking to replicate or copy anything. We're looking if somebody can come up with something which is like new and different and more efficient. Like if you trigger faster, better, safer in me, then I'm good to go. Yes, and Joe and I talked a little bit about chairs. Chairs worry me, okay? Because we don't really want to be playing in the safety area, but we'll have, we should have a look, right? So, water fed. This is what I've noticed. There's a lot of guys buying our brushes and putting them on other people's poles, And then we see some of the damage to our brushes, and we worked out, like, when they've got a floppy pole, they're using the frames, bang, 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 you know, like that. If you're hitting the frames when you're doing water fed, you're incredibly inefficient. The pole is inefficient, your energy is inefficient. I feel sorry for your customers. You know, bang, 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 you know, the noise and the potential damage to the frames and stuff like that. So, you know, like, what should happen, you should have a super rigid pole that enables you to place the brush on the glass where you want it. The pole acts as you can't clean a window with a pole, right? It's juxtaposed against the ladder, the boom, the lift, the ropes. It gets the tool on the glass, right? So it's acting as a drive shaft. You're going like this, or you're walking. If you're really, really high, you're going to walk in the x-axis, and you're asking the brush to go up and down in the y-axis. So the more rigid that pole, right, your effort, your calories, your kilojoules. Hey, Daniel's here. Good to see you, buddy. Giovanni's here. Good. Nice crew. So you know, the pole is acting as a drive shaft, right? If you get a floppy drive shaft or a bent drive shaft, then you can understand that. Or if you have a floppy or a bent ladder, right, you can understand it probably even better. So you know, the pole rigidity is everything to do with, you know, getting efficiency. Yes, gutter brightening. I really do want to get into. I want to trim a brush to the profile. I've said it for 2 years. Patrick Clark's probably given up on me, but I want to make a brush that's the profile of the gutter, so that you're just running a one pass like that, you know. So that's it. And then 2020, I'm hoping to close all these down in 2020, and then we'll have finished the radial range. And then they're all bolted together with security bolts and glue and everything. They've got Reach It Care sitting on beside those, so that, you know, if you pay $29.90, then for 2 years, same as Apple Care, right? You can just swap them out. Like, send your one back to us. We'll send you a new one if it fails, right? And there's only 3 things that we've said. If you get soiled bristles because you ran it over the top of a barbecue window, you know, kind of thing. If you get scratches, like aesthetic damage, we're not going to bother about that. You did that. And then the third one is blocked jets, right? Because you've got to be able to protect, when you're dragging your hose connections around, you've got to protect them from getting dirt and grit in there, because obviously the principle of a rinse bar is a closed system, so any dirt or grit. Jim Carroll. I am talking with a few people about that. We've got a prototype being made for someone on the I don't even know what it is, that 4-jet thing that goes on the top. We're really interested, but the thing is that I'm 10 years away from being a window cleaner, so even somebody gave me a bit of crap yesterday. Good on them. I thought it was well deserved for my technique is shite yesterday when I was doing a live. Like, I haven't cleaned a window properly for a long time, you know. Who was here. So, but you know what makes. You know, I think that if any of you watch Gary Vee, I just watched a bit of Gary Vee just now, and, you know, I mean, he's just saying, like, you got to give, right? You got to give. If you don't give, and I really believe, you know, that we've done that from the beginning, and, you know, I think if you want to build your business in your local community, then you want to be a giver to your local community. One of my ideas originally was, we almost liked our polls so much that we were going to go and start a window cleaning company, Harrison and I. So we registered Clean New Zealand, Clean Auckland, Clean Christchurch, Clean Wellington. We own all those URLs, I think. We may have given them up because I think we're never going to do it. But we love our tools so much, and we can see there's way more money in using our tools than there'll ever be in making our tools, right? We get paid once, okay? We sell a brush for $200. Maybe we make $100, you know, in the end of the day, maybe. And depending on how well it goes, you know, it's a little life path. But that brush can make $200, $250, $300 an hour, every hour, right? And so, like, that's the focus that is so important, right? That we're not. I see guys like, and the pressure washer guys. I love the pressure washer guys because they've already gone through this process and they already know. You buy a cheap pressure washer, you're going to get problems, right? So the pressure washers understand. You know, you get what you pay for in a lot of ways. I know there's a lot of margin in that industry, but you do get what you pay for, and there's a lot of support that needs to be funded. Like, the pressure washing units do need service, so you've got to have margin sitting in there for that back end process, you know. But with window cleaning stuff, not much of it needs service. It's pretty straightforward. And I don't know where I was going to go with that. So, but you want to educate your customers, and I like the idea that we're developing tools with techniques. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I was going to say before about why I said pressure washers. Oh, that's what it was. So you think about this. Guys want to save money on tools, right, at the expense of labor. They don't think about the labor, but the most expensive part of any service industry is the labor, like crazy expensive, right? But if you spend a little bit more on your tools, so you get a little bit more expensive tools that then save money on labor, right? You're going to get Steve Fishkind. No way. The last time I saw you, that was a phone call coming in, was with Thad Eckhoff in his hotel room. That was a long time ago, bud. Yeah. Josh Pitts is here. That's good to see. Yeah, so you know, we've got to re-educate and educate the industry that, you know, if you, yeah, everything's great, man. Everything's great. You know, if you spend a little bit more on a tool that's designed for efficiency, right, rather than whether it can clean windows or not. I can tell you, Attacker can clean windows, iOS can clean windows, Gardner can clean windows, Squeegee and Mop can clean windows, newspaper and methylated spirits can clean windows. All these things can clean windows. It's not about whether it cleans windows or not. You shouldn't be comparing, a 40-foot pole is a 40-foot. Well, they're not all 40-foot poles, because some of the guys add your height to the number they print on the side of the pole. So you should always measure your pole when you get it and see if it was what you thought you bought. But that's another story. But thanks, Cameron. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, we slip sometimes. The funny thing is that I think we do so well in getting, and we've done so much more. We've got bid slot now with April Dodson and her team answering all of our phone calls and calling people back, and we're going to start them on Outbound soon to promote the Window Cleaner app and a few amazing things like Reload and Window Weapon and Radial and Pivot and Attack Mops, right? And a few other things that we've got in mind for 2020. And but like going back to this, the logic of saying, like, you know, if you challenge your PB, if you tell your workers to challenge their PBs, you know, don't run and have it, because, you know, anything can clean a window. A video camera on top of the pole, that was one of the first products. I actually put out a selfie stick. People saw me at the huge convention, maybe 2014, with a selfie stick. Right, I made a carbon fiber selfie stick, way too heavy, right? But yeah, we can give you the fittings. I don't want to give you a video camera pole. I just want to give you I can give you now. We've got them in the warehouse. Who was that? Who wanted that? Gene. I've already got all that. I've got the parts from. I made them 2014. Really. So now that's what we're looking at now. We missed this year, but we were going to make a snowplow. I've got it in my brain how it's going to look. You know, the ones for the roof, not a snowplow on the front of a truck. But yeah, we've got Stephanie Six. So Stephanie Six is a gorgeous lady, lives here in Ningbo. She's from New York, got a degree in business, maybe even a master's in business. And she's running that the email campaigns for us now, you know. And Michael Cornelius is here. Good to see you, man. Yeah, you've been a great customer. So we appreciate you guys, right? The thing is that, you know, whilst the person at the front of the business, like me in this case, you know, we get a recognition and stuff like that. But you know, if and sometimes that makes you a point of attack. But sitting, you know, if I'm just that tip of the Christmas tree, you know, kind of thing, like that little star, woohoo, you know. But you know, sitting here is 37 people who work for Reach It, plus April's team who subcontracts us to Reach It, and then, you know, sitting underneath that is the planet, the earth of customers. Right? Like, because you think about it, I come up, this is what happens. Like, sometimes you'll see me come up with a new idea, and even I might go into small production for it. But if there's no enthusiasm, right? If there's no enthusiasm from the earth, from the ground that's sitting underneath the Reach It tree, right? Then we move on to the next one, because sitting right beside that is another idea that has got enthusiasm. Yeah. So your enthusiasm, your preparedness to be an early adopter, your preparedness for the fact that everything can be improved no matter how good you got it at the first step. You know, the people that are happy to go on that journey with us and can accommodate it, you know, even though sometimes it's uncomfortable for us all, At the end of the day, that enthusiasm, that forward momentum means the next version is better, the next version is better, the next version is better, and away we go. Yeah. Like we get to the, like now when you look at Radial, Michael Tessara's here, dude, my friend. You know, every year I love those photos from that 2000, it must have been 2013. It wasn't, it was NOLA, right? NOLA was great. Yeah, so there we get that, you know, the Radial Brush, I think, is, Tim Fields is here. Holy dooly, man. Whew. So the Radial Brush is like Constructor Brush as a product is now in its in its legacy. It's like an iPhone 7 through to iPhone 10, iPhone 11 Max Pro Plus, whatever they want to, how many names they want to give it so that it's amazing. But Radial is a new brush with a whole new direction. Yeah. So it's screwed together with security bolts. We're gluing it together like it's a finished product. And then Constructor Brush, which is the journey. Well, before the Constructor Brush was Beta Brush Pack. Constructor Brush is Jim Carroll's just said I should do outriggers. You know, when we started the business, we were doing outriggers. We were making outriggers for a company that was called Bly Riggers, and then they got bought out by Gemlux, and Gemlux, we made their outriggers until they decided to source for themselves. So yes, we can make outriggers, and we have outriggers actually in our warehouse in Palermo Beach, Florida. We have some outriggers, so if you want to do a deal, Jim. Oh, there he is, Jim. Yeah, if you want some outriggers, I've got some. Then we can make better than these ones, but I've got some in the warehouse right now. So, and I've got some in Miami if you want one. Yeah, or it's two. I've got 12 foot center rigger, 16 foot outriggers, and 20 foot outriggers. Yeah, there you go. Well, here's the thing. Like in 2020, I want to close up. You know, the whole journey of going from the Beta Brush Pack through the Constructor Brush to the Radial range. There's more in the Radial range that'll come out in before March. We hope we've got it all in design and in the process. That's what we've had to learn. Like I was 10 years ago, maybe even 9 years ago, I was a window cleaner. You know, and yeah, you think like I got my hair cut. I thought that mad scientist look was getting a little bit disheveled and lacking professionalism, yeah. So I thought I'd make myself look, you know, much smarter. Yeah. Actually, my wife told me to. She said, "Yeah, nobody's going to take you seriously looking like that." So it's okay. Time for a haircut. So yeah. So I'm really excited about, you know, the transition, and then I'm excited about the other things that you guys can think of that you say, "Hang on, this hasn't been looked at for, you know, 20 years, this hasn't been looked at for 30 years or whatever like that," and then look for those opportunities for us, because, you know, we'll definitely put our foot forward, but we don't do soft wash, we don't do pressure wash, we don't do carpet cleaning, we don't do roof cleaning, we don't do any of those things, right? So we need people who understand the process and understand that it takes time and that none of it's easy, none of it meets your expectations, all of it is failure, right? So, you know, the failures are basically, Jason Pullen's here. So the failures are basically the rungs of the ladder to success is the way I look at it. Yeah. So go Josh, go make some money. Are you out working tonight? Hope you are. There's still a lot of guys working, right? I mean we'll be working right through Christmas because we take Chinese New Year off. I'm hoping to come stateside for maybe a month, so that'll be pretty cool. Yeah. So let me talk about the app. The Window Cleaner app has got it's got a worldwide group, right? And we're going to have a worldwide association of window cleaners. And then, and you'll get your bumper stickers, and we'll make some t-shirts and stuff like that. So you've got, like, the fact that you're a paying member of the app means that you're going to be able to belong and be recognized. But there's no org. There's no board of directors. There's no rules. There's just the rules of decency and the fact that you're either a newbie and you're learning, or you're an oldie and you're a mentor. Yeah, so we want mentors and members, and then what we're going to do is one of my passions from the foundation of the business was to was to recognize that a lot of service industries only get point of contact with customers once a year, and I think that's not okay, right? Because once a year people can go and get 3 new quotes, and so you don't really build that relationship. So we're going to be sourcing some super good homeware products that are that you can distribute. You can carry them and distribute them, or you can ask us to drop ship them direct to the customer. But we're going to start with microfiber. So we're going to have some amazing microfiber cloths. We're going to roll out. There's lots of microfiber that people need. We've got a disposable microfiber, which is really cool. So you'll be able to, leave a sample or use it as a gift in the first instance, and when somebody wants to buy it again. So we're setting all that up now, and that's all going to be sitting in behind the window cleaner app. So I think that's you should get 4 or 5 or 6 points of contact with your customer through the year. So, if somebody comes along and says, "I'll do it $10 cheaper," like they go, "Yeah, I like $10, but you can't do what my window cleaner does." And so we've got a whole lot of ideas sitting around, how to make sure that your membership to the window cleaner app is actually profitable for those that want to take advantage of that. And then once it's launched and established a little bit, then we'll be reaching out to guys like Carlos. We've already reached out to Carlos, but Carlos and Craig from the chemicals side, Mike Draper and Jeremy Kiefer from the safety side, and George Aguilar, maybe Josh Thompson, some guys who have got some runs on the board with High Rise. So there'll be a group for High Rise. So guys who want to read about High Rise anytime in the future, just be able to go to the High Rise group and stuff's there about High Rise. There'll be the franchises will be there, but they've got to be a member of the franchise to be in the group, right? So Fish and all that will make they can use it or not use it, but the group is going to be sitting there. There's Ladies in Business. There's Reach It Local. So we've got a local support group, people that we're looking to set up, all throughout the world. We don't want to go back through we will have small distributors, but we're not looking to be going through the resellers. I think if you sell a product with 100% markup or more, then it should be a serviceable product, because that money is normal, I think, for pressure washing equipment, because it really does need to be looked after and serviced and all that. But if it's a pole that never comes back, I think it's a way too much. There's much better value we can give to the customer, right? You guys, right? We give much better value to you guys by not having to give away, so much money. So we're going to have Reach It Local. We're going to have other manufacturers in there. So I'll approach Titan Industries for the GG4, GG3, Concrete Off, all of their chemicals. If they choose to put the chemicals in the store, we'll clip the ticket 10% on the sale. So we can price point it aggressively, I think. And just so you know, the Reach It Local guys will get 10% credit in store for any sales that are triggered through their affiliate link. I hate affiliate links, but it won't look like an affiliate link. But you can get this feeling that the community will be able to work. Simon Glastonbury, how are you, sir? Good to see you. Yeah, so what else is in the window cleaner app? It's in my phone, right? So I'm talking to you on my phone, so that wasn't real clever. But, resources. So looking at DJ Carroll maybe coming on board for sales training. Patrick Clark coming on board for sales boost. Patrick Clark for gutter butter for the chemicals. Doug Rucker's School for pressure washers coming on board for training. We really want it. There's a group there for Reach It, but we won't make posts in there. There's a group there for Unger. There's a group there for Etere, for Tucker, for Ionics, like all the any major manufacturing brand, right? There'll be one there for Cena and Ovate, so that the Hero and the Zero, they'll all be contained. The sticker brands will be contained in the real brand, right? So, but the point is that later on, if somebody wants to say, hey, what's a Cena like? And we'll have Cena advocates in there. We'll have Unger advocates. We'll have Tucker advocates. There are people who love Tucker and hate Reach It. Woohoo! Great. Find that guy, put him in there and say, you go and look after the Tucker brand, right? And be the advocate looking after that. Because the community, for me, I think, it's either got to be a community or it's not a community, right? So, and then none of the brands can post in there. There's another channel, right? Yeah, PWMCA is going to, oh, good. Great. Yeah, I've already set up a group for you guys. So there's another channel just for suppliers, right? And there's a store for suppliers deals, right? So the channel for like one of the things that I worked out is that I belong to 200 238 or 253 Facebook groups, but basically here's the problem. If you want to know everything from every manufacturer, you've got to belong to every manufacturer's group. If you have a relationship and you like the service that resellers provide by buying in bulk and selling to you in small amounts, right, then you need to belong to the resellers groups. Then there's groups for each of the add-on services: pressure washing, soft washing, gutter cleaning, Christmas lights, all of the snow removal things and all that sort of thing. I haven't got that in there, but that would be a good one as well for winter work, how to make money through winter. Then there's the orgs: IWCA, PWMCA, PWNA, blah blah blah, all the A's out there. So you got to belong to all that, and then you don't want to be flooded with all this stuff. Like if you belong to Advanced Network of Window Cleaners, then you can see we just post all the time in there, so it kind of becomes a very reach it group, but if you don't want to see any of that, then you see people setting up independent groups, right? So then you've got to belong to all the independent groups where window cleaners can talk to window cleaners with no manufacturers, I forgot to mention AC Lockyer with Soft Washaloosa, right? He's got a new training event coming up, so if you want any information on that, buzz me. I've got a private feed where he lets me know what's going on. So you got to belong to all these groups in order to be well informed. So what will happen inside the Window Cleaner app is that you'll just go one touch of the button, you're in Window Cleaner app, and then in there you've got a supplier's feed. All suppliers' information is in the supplier's feed. If you don't want to see anything from a supplier, you don't open that feed, right? There's the worldwide feed, which is basically the engine, and it's empty right now. So don't think you're going to come in and it's going to be amazing. But I've got to make it amazing, right? That's my job. So we'll give you the technology, you create the communities you want. You want another group for this or another group for that, as long as it's congruent with what the consensus is, then we can do that. We could even have a bad talking group if we wanted to, but it's just bad talking as in the bad talking group. Maybe that's a way to let people let their steam off. Did you see what that get said? Right, like that. So but there's no hate, right? There's no hate, no slander, no belittling, no, like really the thing which distraughts people is slander and belittling of people who are actually trying to have a go, right? It just doesn't make any sense at all. So we all know that, so I don't have to go on about that. So you think then you've got pressure washing, soft washing, gutter cleaning, Christmas lights, whatever add-ons. We've got an area for chemicals, so the guys who are super good at chemicals. There's an area for safety, so guys are on safety. There's an area for extreme window cleaning, whether it's with water fed or booms and lifts. Bad talk would be the largest group, yeah. It would be a great one. They go there to post and then we go out. Resources. So you look at Mike Draper with Expert Safety Services, right? He's got all these resources on how to on OSHA and stuff like that. So he'll be able to, he's in there under safety. Okay, bud. See ya. Yeah, it's going to be great. Myrtle Beach will be awesome. I will rock the house, buddy. I'll rock the house for you. Anyway, there's just everything you want, everything that I've thought of is going to be in there, and everything that you think of, I can put in there. There's going to be live broadcasts. There's going to be podcasts. So if you've got a podcast, or you want to make a podcast, if you want to make a training program, we've even got in-app purchase capability, right? Or you can, put it on Vimeo or something like that, or we can help you with that, and then we can just charge them in the store as they go through. And anyway, so it's really exciting for me. So that's my 2020. We've got new products, faster, better, safer. We've got the Window Cleaner app. We've got a couple of other businesses that we're jumping into. We've got a few other things that are really exciting. Josh Thompson, I've already talked about you, buddy. Talked to you about High Rise and the Window Cleaner app. Yeah. And it's going to be a great time. I'm really, really looking forward to 2020. I hope I can inspire you guys as well. To just keep thinking outside the box. Keep thinking, like when you look at Reach It now, it may be hard to imagine, but in 2012, I had a deal that went bad, and I'd been a single dad for 8 years, so I didn't have a whole lot of money, and I came to China and the deal went bad, and so I went back home and sold everything that I had and kept my 17-year-old son, or he just turned 18, and said, look, we're not going home losers. So we're going to burn the bridges, sell everything. I had like a few cars and a bit of this and a bit of that, but they were old cars. I'd kept my old cars for 4-wheel driving and stuff. But anyway, so I came back here with $6,000, and we started the business with $6,000 in an apartment in 2012. You know, there were times we just couldn't even go out and drink with friends because we didn't have the money and stuff like that. So, you know, when we talk about this, you know, what 2020 looks to me now, like, you know, I never forget what 2012 looked like, right? Because 2012, like, you know, we borrowed $2,500 off one friend, you know, just to get through to the next chapter. Beginning of 2018, I think we started with $10,000 in the bank. Like, we'd gone through maybe 2019. Anyway, 2019 maybe. Like 2009, the beginning of 2019 was hugely traumatic for us. So it was 2018, we decided to take our large bank account and invest it in building a team. So we went from, I don't know, 2017, I think we had 8 people. 2017, we had 16 people. 2018, we got rid of the students, the kids in the business, and we put real people in who had experience. And we went out to maybe 24, 25, 26 or something. So that, and then we didn't do any marketing for maybe 6 months of the year because we just wanted to bed these people in so that we had the infrastructure. Once you got the foundation, then you can grow the business, you know. So the money that we had to burn through that money in wages and systems and processes and, you know, all sorts of things. This is very, very complex when you actually look back on it. But then you have the foundation, then we can go to innovate faster. So if you look at how fast we can innovate, like Attack Mops was what, like 40 days from the first, I want to have a go at the Attack Mop. You guys gave me a whole lot of feedback, and now I think this, and I'm sure this week I've seen them in production. This week the Attack Mops are going out. Yeah. So I think that shows you, you know, kind of like we built that structure to be able to respond to the need. Whew. Might take a breath. What do you reckon? What do you want? What's the new product you want for 2020? And then I'm going to go, otherwise it goes too long. Yeah. There's got to be, if you look at anything that you're using that's 20 years old or older, then it's got to be rethought. It may be perfect. I know squeegee rubber, the reason I'm trying to rethink squeegee rubber is because it's never been changed for 80 years. 80. Like, squeegee rubber was developed 10 years after the Model T Ford. Can you believe that? I've thought about robots. We're playing, like, when I say we're playing, if you watch my presentation on ideas, you'll understand what I mean by playing. Like, everything is like, you have an inspiration, then you go into a design phase, then you go into a design of execute, and then you go how you're going to distribute it, have you got, and what resources do you need, and all that. And this is all happening in your imagination, and then you go to actually start doing it in real life, and then it's still an imagination, right? So yes, I'm older than you, buddy. I'm older than you. So, but I do have my son. You see, that's what I love about having my son and my daughter, and my son-in-law now has joined the company. So I don't have to think about. I don't know. There's a really nice thing about building a business and being fully accelerated, and not having to think about, you know, maybe 5 years from now I won't have the power or the energy to do it, or the desire. I don't know. Like, who knows? Yeah. So, but when you've got your kids involved and they're, you know, trained in this way, you know, and got all the paradigms. Like, Harrison's been with me since we had nothing. I mean, that guy will never, I don't think he'll ever take money for granted, because he can always remember what I can remember as what it was like to have no money, you know. Oh, you saw that, Rick? That was great, right? I'm going to take that and add something to it, because that was 20 minutes. So when I go to the PWMCA in Myrtle Beach, February 20th to the 22nd, I think, I'll be down in Myrtle Beach with the PWMCA, and I'm going to do it's not a keynote, but it's a speech anyway, you know. But I'm going to bring that ideas thing in, so we will try and help you guys apply that. If we get a little bit of extra time, maybe we could even, you know, pick some ideas out of the audience or something like that, and say, well, you know, if I had this idea, how would you run that through ideas? Because ideas is a thinking process. It's a language. You know, Harrison and I use it all the time. And here's the thing. If you find yourself fighting with somebody, quite often, if you've got a lot of forward momentum towards somebody and you go and ask somebody's advice, well, very rarely should they and do they continue your forward momentum, right? Yes. Yes, well, that's what I did. I mean, I fathered Ollie when I was 49, so do your maths on that, right? That wasn't, I always say that's a squirt in the wrong direction, right? So it's kind of like funny. But look at him, he's amazing. I've got this amazing boy, so I'm kind of really happy about it. So, yeah, so there you go. See, that's my larrikin coming out. See what you do, Joe? You bring the larrikin out of me, yeah? So anyway, 2020 is looking pretty amazing, and we should all be thankful, and it's the festive season. So, as you reflect on 2019, think about your families, think about, how to engineer everything going forward, like for everything, right? and then set, something, which means, and it doesn't have to be at work, by the way. Like I know, I was very religious at one point, and so I have an enormous amount of respect for the Jehovah's Witnesses and their witnessing, and their evangelism. And so it could be, for example, it could be, in the church, or in evangelism, or it could be in being charitable. I know Lee Burbage, my good buddy in the UK, he goes out and works with Feed the Poor business, you know what I mean? So it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be passionately about business. I am. That's kind of been that way my whole life, but you could be about anything, but at least you can, say, how do I make it better? How do I make it different? How do I add value to it, right? And if you get a block is always a person out. Not as ruthlessly as that, but once you've done your thinking and you've really thought long and hard. And if you want a reference to that, you listen to any speech by Mrs. Grant Cardone. Yeah, I've forgotten what her first name is, but I went to 10X a couple of years ago, and she really just drilled that home. All right, that's it from me. I think I need to go and make some money. Yeah, so signing out. Love your style. Might see you tomorrow.